back room up for. Let's go. And I'm wrong. After the chip, I told my folks.
Woo. One thing about New York, man, they gonna bar you to death. They are going to bar you to death.
The butcher. It's the butcher.
The butcher coming. Yeah. Oh man, took a week off. Oh, we just blurred up a little bit right there. What was that? Took a week off, but we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Welcome to episode 136 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. We here with the pregame. I'm your co-host Reggie.
I'm your co-host Norwood. Feeling good, feeling great. How are you?
Whatever. I don't know. I went on my rant this Saturday about the Falcons and the Hawks. You know, it's like the 5 stages of grief or 5 stages of death, however you want to look at it. You know, you're angry. Why is this happening to you? Then you're sad. Then you're depressed. Then you look for the silver lining or you get false hope. And then you just get to acceptance. And honestly, I'm pretty sure that I'm just accepting whatever is about to happen with both of these teams. I don't know what's going on. We're not even supposed to be talking about this right now. I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm on a therapist couch. This is going to be therapy for Reggie today. The whole NFL segment, NBA segment. I'm going to talk like this. I am on the couch, man. How are you doing today, man? How are you feeling?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I mean, you have to understand, just release control of it. At the end of the day, it's nothing that you can do. At this point, I would say that the Atlanta Hawks are squarely in the hands of the wrestlers playing 2K and Trae Young. It's nothing that we can control there. And the Atlanta Falcons are at the behest of Arthur Blank, and he's just doing whatever he wants to. Everything is out of your control except for the Atlanta Braves. They re-signed Alex Anthopoulos. And that's the only place of joy you're going to have. Everything else, you just relax and sign up for whatever comes with it, bro. Take it easy, man. Do like me. Hats off.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the pregame. Got a few things we're going to talk about, man. Y'all know what it is when it comes to the pregame. We talk about what? Comedy, uplift, and violence of some sort. Most of the time, they all intertwine together. So, did y'all ever... I have a story about when I learned how to ride a bike. Or my father attempted to teach me how to ride a bike the first time. So his recollection of it was we were in our apartment community. Our apartment community had a huge hill. Like, let's see, 90, like 135 degrees. Like that mug was like, that was a mean slope. And it was like a 1/10 of a mile. So it was a pretty big hill. So my dad was like, all right, we're going to teach you how to ride a bike.
The hill to climb, huh?
Yeah, I wish we were climbing. My dad said, all right, let's figure out how to ride the bike. So you ride, I'm going to let go, and you'll be good to go. And we started at the top of the hill. And he let go, and he said, when you get to the middle of the hill, just pedal backwards. Man, we started pedaling, so we started going so fast. That's how you brake on the old school bikes, pedal backwards. We started going so fast.
You right. There weren't none of those. You right. You right. We had the little red wing bike.
Yep, with white tires.
Yep. God, we all shared experience. Damn.
So my dad saw that I wasn't pedaling backwards, and I mean I was flying down that hill, and there was a dumpster at the bottom, and I went smack dab into the side of the dumpster. I know y'all are probably wondering, why am I telling this story? Well, I obviously could have had a career in BMX because this person right here, Alexis Alden, was getting ready to train for her to be a BMX rider. And, you know, as a parent, sometimes you be setting your kid up for failure. Your kid just don't take no for an answer. And you say, okay, you're going to have to learn. You're going to have to learn on your own. Let's take a look at her.
Get on out there. Try it.
She got on out there and she tried it. And boy, did she take a loss. Let's see if we can listen real quick. Let's go here. Oh, that's right. I muted the site.
Yep. There was the bike, there was you, and then y'all were no longer together.
She said, "Shit." Yo, the thing is, you had a professional
You would have
ramp.
said, "You lucky you didn't own yourself."
You had a professional park. Like they got the little beat to let you go and everything. And boy, she took an L. I wouldn't have shared this. Again, hey, you don't need to share everything about your kid online. You don't need to share this.
I think you should. Like people need more of these type of experiences.
What,
They
be
need to see exactly
humiliated?
what comes with life and these different things. All they see is you flying through the air. They don't ever see you get skinned to the white meat. And I think that would change a lot of opinions on things if you saw more of this. So I'm 100% support of this. Let's get more of this in the future for the 99s and the 2000s. This is a hell of a way to start a race, hell of a way to start the show. What else we got?
So I always say some demographics of people have different types of crazy. This is one type of crazy, the daredevil. Then there's the second type of crazy, Miss Mira. I can't say that. Mira Adriva, who is a 16-year-old tennis prodigy, bit herself on the arm for motivation during a tennis match. Now, I want y'all to see that this ain't no regular, like I don't know what this is. This look like a mini shark bite. Like she looked like she was really trying to harm herself.
She's 16 years old, so I'm going to leave a lot of these jokes where they are. But I guess, would you say that she had a bite of motivation?
No, she lost.
Oh, no. Don't bite yourself again, baby. That's over. That's
Can't
it.
bite yourself and lose.
God, dog.
Could you imagine if Serena or Coco Gauff did this? What the headlines would be?
You know, I have some jokes, but they're off color. They'll probably get us canceled. They are funny though. I mean,
because she's 16, you can't say the joke. You want me to call Josh Giddey?
Wow, Josh Giddey jokes in the pregame. We are not messing around today, ladies and gentlemen. That's the reason you should like, follow, and subscribe. More of this to come. I guess my first thing is like these things are typically learned behavior. So how long you been biting yourself, Killer?
Did you start out biting yourself? Like, was it scratching like first, or is this something that has escalated to biting? Because now I'm a little concerned. Because if you started out like you
better stay out of women's business. You better stay out of women's business. Oh my goodness! Hey, and if don't scroll in these comments, the internet is a dastardly place.
Oh, I didn't have to scroll. The very first comment says, "Where on the spectrum does she belong?"
Nope.
Y'all are so
and it's a
terrible
lot of
comments.
that and a lot of Josh Giddey. So much Josh Giddey.
So they said she was trying to turn into a Titan.
Let me, thoughts and prayers or congratulations or get them next time or hey, learn from this and grow. Whatever cliche response that you would like from your favorite sports personalities.
Ooh, that Josh Giddey joke, I can't say it.
Nope, that's the reason we should keep right on moving into another.
Oh Lord, they be killing Josh Giddey. Oh,
get on out of there. Get on out of there.
Hey man, he's found out guilty. All right, let's get to some uplifting stuff. So, in the Australian Open, Coco Gauff and Alicia Parks met, and as you can see, these are two the next generation of black female athletes in tennis. Coco Gauff recently came off her first major victory in 2023. She is now competing in the Australian Open. It may be over with, or that was only 3 days ago, so it may be going on. But she defeated Alicia Parks. But they had a really cool moment at the end of this. They said next time we meet in the final. And Coco Gauff is number 4 in the world, I believe. So she has fully started to enter that next level of tennis champion and ability.
Yeah, and shout out to uplifting, another African American young tennis player when you do it. It's not one of those things you have to do. It's not mandatory, but it's definitely appreciated for the competition and for the growth. And speaking of young African American tennis players, There's a picture of Coco and a picture of, I think, Serena.
Before we get there, hey, we be seeing how y'all be ranking some of us now. Don't be putting us all on the same side so we can't meet in the final. Don't try to sabotage us. Don't try to sabotage us. But yeah,
The saboteur.
yeah. But yeah, so Coco Gauff, if you see, she has that kind of mustard yellow New Balance New Balance tennis outfit on, tennis uniform on, and it's kind of paying homage to Serena, who in the 2016 Australian Open wore the same thing, only it was sponsored by Nike. So that's pretty cool how she called back. It's kind of like a Disney callback. A lot of people won't remember that.
Number one, this is super. If she did it on purpose, hopefully she did. If she did it on purpose, we're gonna give her credit for it, as the awareness there is through the roof. Also,
There's no way
I
she
find it
didn't do
very
this on
interesting.
purpose. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I also see it very, New Balance once again sneaking in there and taking one of the higher profile athletes away from Nike. Nike has been kind of, and we'll talk about it in this next little conversation, but Nike's continued to kind of lose some high profile battles that in the past they would not have lost, or it wouldn't even been really competition. I find that very interesting.
Yeah. I will say this is, if you're watching this now live, you can see that she definitely did this on purpose. She has the exact same outfit with the exact same hairdo with the exact same headband. The only difference is her New Balances are blue and Serena's Nikes were black. That's really the only
Classy,
difference. So
classy.
I think she definitely did this on purpose. And I mean, even in this pose, look at this pose. This looks like, even though I know she's just in the heat of the moment, but that looks like it was
Yeah.
planned. All of this is not. There's no way that a brand manager did this by accident. You are
And shout
now.
out to the photographer knowing what to do. Hey, nope, we need this one.
Yep. And there's no this is a move to usher her in, saying she is now taking the reins, especially if she wins. So that's pretty dope, man. That's pretty dope. So talk about Nike. TaylorMade made a power move. Remember when we announced 2 weeks ago that Tiger Woods was leaving Nike? He's made almost $1 billion from Nike. He has decided to part ways, and he then went to TaylorMade. Well, the most iconic Tiger Woods, anything associated with him, is his Sunday red Nike golf shirt that he plays on Sundays in majors or any tournament. Well, TaylorMade has decided to trademark the term Sunday red for their Tiger Woods apparel line, which I know is kind of sticking it to Nike a little bit.
So I'm not gonna say I have a unique opinion. I have an opinion about this. I think that Nike understood that there was
There's no
nothing
point in
you could
keeping
really
it.
do in this situation. I
Yeah.
don't think that he necessarily wants to stick it to Nike, because I feel like at the end of the day, him and Phil Knight are still
Buds.
friends,
Yeah.
if not probably more than that. But I think like that's his brand, that's his thing, that's always been his. He ever since we ever figured out why he wore red and what it was, it's been his, and it's not something that Nike can necessarily even take. Now, where I find that this is very interesting is this is a departure from most of what other athletes are doing, and even what Tiger had done at Nike. Everything was the TW, 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 TW. So he's the forward facing person that you see. When you think about Tiger Woods, you think about Tiger Woods golf, you see his initials, then you see some iteration, or you'll see him in it. This is a new brand. So he won't be necessarily the face of it. It'll be its own branch. And then I think that you'll end up seeing a bunch of Sunday red athletes. So instead of everything kind of revolving about seeing Tiger and Tiger being the face of it, it's just a really good branding where you understand that Tiger has an affiliation, but he's going to take this into his own specific thing, and he's going to have his own Sunday red athletes who will probably fall under the TaylorMade family, which is smoking. This rebrand is elite. It's very classy. It's very simple, but it allows it to go in a lot of different directions, and you take a lot of the responsibility strictly off Tiger as he begins to start his own legion of athletes, which I'm sure will start with his son Charlie.
I think this is a Brady brand move. I think 100% he is, like you said, he's trying to move to his own brand. And I think you're right. The Sunday Red is definitely, that's what I was thinking. It was going to be a play on, have his own athletes, definitely going to be Charlie. But I think it's going to move across different sports, similar to what Brady does with his brand, the Brady brand.
That part should be interesting
colleges.
because if it's under TaylorMade, like TaylorMade is a golf company.
Well, you also have the ability to then go in an NIL way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
With your Sunday Red. Like didn't he go to Stanford? He went to Stanford, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
What's their color? Red? Yeah.
Cardinal.
Well, okay. Tiger Cardinal, whatever you want to call it, Sunday Cardinal, is gonna be there. So I think this is his way of getting his Brady brand move, which will then get him into being an NIL type sports brand. And yeah, man, it's basically becoming the Jordan of a golf team, of the Jordan of Nike. That's what he's doing, being the Jordan of
this one a little bit more than Jordan or TB12 because you have to have the name there. So you're like, all right, well, it's Jordan, but everything still is Jordan. Or TB12, it's still Tom Brady. This is Sunday Red. You just have to understand what this brand means, or it's probably not even for you.
Oh, no. He's going to explain it. Whatever it is, and they rebrand it, they're going to explain it so that you can get as many athletes as you can.
I don't think so. I think that a lot of times the best marketing and stuff is something that you don't have to explain. Hey, either you get it or we were probably never going to get you in the first place. But what I tell you that I will have is I want one of these shirts immediately. Whatever the Sunday Red is, and red is, if you know me, is not by any stretch of the imagination my favorite color. But for this, I got to have it. I got to have a Tiger Sunday Red.
Make your shoulders shake.
Hey, see, there we go. Right on next to
that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the pregame. We're going to take about 5 minutes, and then we're going to get to our Monday Night Raw main episode where we talk about HBCU news around the culture, man. Fam, you out here looking foolish, dog. Listen. If there was the worst possible rollout for a new athletic director and for school, this has to be it. We also have some. We're gonna talk about the North Carolina A&T GM for the Lions, North Carolina A&T alum, as well as we have some basketball news. Y'all know we're gonna start getting into basketball pretty heavy, starting in February and March because football is over. And we already talked about how the SWAC and MEAC are starting out hot against these D1 schools. We got some Grambling news as well. Then we'll talk about football, of course, NFL and college, and then we'll round it out with some basketball. We'll be right back. What can they do, Norwood?
You can like, you can subscribe, you can follow, you can tell a friend. Hey, you can send us a DM and tell us how much you love the show. Do it all.
Appreciate everybody that's in there. Make sure you type in the chat. Let us know that you're here. Let us know where you're from. We'll be right back. Episode 136 of the Splashcast, Monday Night Raw.